The United States is home to some of the most wealthiest people in the world, and is often referred to as the capital center of the world. The U.S. stock market is one of the most publicly traded arenas, where billions of dollars are funneled in and out of the market daily. With such cash flowing in and out, what could possibly go wrong? Every now and then, a series of unfortunate events happen, such as the infamous housing bubble crashing in 2007, or creditors simply loaning out too much money and people can't pay it back, like in the 1940s. In most cases, it's best to learn from our mistakes so we don't repeat them. Today, I'll be talking about the stock market, and this speech is significant due to the recent events such as spiking hyperinflation, the value of the dollar decreasing, and other different aspects that may affect the market. It's important to be informed. I think it's just very important just to be informed of an impending recession, just to be prepared or know what to expect. According to an online peer review article, Why Stock Markets Crash on March 21st, 2017, they state that utilizing complex theory and statistical physics, there are mathematical measures that can successfully predict the development of these speculative bubbles as well as depressions. So today I'll be going over the different types of stock market crashes, and first I'll go over the stock market crash of October 1987. Through market opening on October 14th, 1987, through market close of the day, major indexes of market valuation in the United States dropped by over 30%, which is kind of a big deal. I wasn't alive, obviously, through the 1987 stock market crash, but I guess it sounds pretty bad. According to an online peer review article by Why Stock Markets Crash on March 21st, 2017, they said that to this day, there's no real precise indicator on what triggered the crash. It's always just an of different um, accumulation of different things. The most precise statement is that it could just the most precise statement on why the market crash could be ascribed to um, the normal. It's just a normal response of each country's stock market to a worldwide market motion, just the way the market moved in the world arena. And just after the stock market declined, though, many countries experienced a market increase during the first 9 months of the year. So after that crash, a lot of different countries just started experiencing economic growth. Back at that time, after the 9 month consistent increase with no news for catalyst, I probably would have began to question it. And according to an online peer-reviewed article, Why Stock Markets Crashed on March 21st, 2017, an article that specializes in complex theory, they stated that commentators were more so speculating on the different types of practices that markets use when trading. So different things that um, different things such as computer trading, lack of liquidity, trading budget deficits, overvaluation with different stock brokerages, and off market and off hours trading could all contribute as well to that stock market crash. So now that I've gone over that crash, now it's time to talk about the bubble. So in 2007, losses on mortgage related financial assets began to cause strains in global financial markets, snowballing into a recession in December of 2007. During the 2007 recession, I was alive. I was 7 years old. I was thankful that my family wasn't hit extremely hard, but we were extremely diligent with the way that we saved and spend our money. According to a Federal Reserve history website, an online website detailing the history of the U.S. economy on November 22nd, 2013, they state that mortgage debt of the U.S. households rolled from 61% of GDP in 1998 to 97% in 2006. That's what kind of just triggered the sharp decline. Um, Large nationwide declines in home prices that had been relatively rare in the U.S. historical data. Ultimately, home prices fell by over a fifth on average across the nation from the first quarter of 2007 to the second quarter of 2011. So it's a pretty big deal. People were losing their houses, losing their equity. During this time period, I heard news of different classmates and as well as people that my parents knew that were essentially losing their homes. They could not pay for their homes no more. I was unaware what it meant back then. I was around 7 years old. According to a government-backed online website, Federal Reserve History, on November 22nd, 2013, they state that the Dodd-Frank Act of 2010 was created to set new provisions for a lot of these large banks, just so because they were giving too much, they were loaning too much money out, and people couldn't pay it back from and that started all the way back in the 1990s, and it caught back to us in 2006, 2007. So now that I've gone over the bubble, next I'll talk about the economy during COVID. Lastly, I want to talk about the state of the economy during COVID. When the lockdown first began in March 2020, hundreds of businesses were forced to close their doors and cease operations. Many businesses even fell, and disadvantaged populations suffered the most. A lot of people lost their jobs um, because businesses were closing and people had to work remote. During my time during COVID, though, I heard that lots of people were losing their jobs and applying for unemployment. I heard that unemployment was paying very well, so maybe even better than some other jobs. Um, Mentioned in World Bank, an online financial publication in September 2022, it states how survey data in 2020 showed that unemployment rates were higher in 70% of all countries, as well as an income loss being the largest among youth, women, and self-employed people. So today I went over the different types of stock market crashes. I hope I may never have to experience one in my lifetime that leads to a recession or depression. The next time the country or world is in economic turmoil, don't look at the news. Make sure to look at the market. Thank you guys.